Mixed examples. This is about musicians. There are 7 musicians sitting around a table, but they don't have their instruments, so you have no idea what instruments they play. Turns out 3 of the 7 instruments play the saxophone. Well, you look at the 7 musicians and you just randomly choose 3 of them. And I want to know, what's the probability that the 3 that you randomly chose just happen to be the 3 saxophone players? Is that likely to happen? No, it isn't. But what's the probability? Okay. Please recall that the probability of an event A is equal to the number of ways it can happen, number of ways it can occur, divided by the total number of outcomes. Okay. Well, this top is pretty easy. The total number of ways that A can be chosen, in this case, that we can actually choose the 3 is, there's only one way it can happen. We just choose those 3. So that's easy. So that's 1. The big question is, what's my denominator? What's the total number of possible outcomes? Well, okay. Let's see what we're talking about. Question number 1. Once I've chosen one of the people sitting around, one of the musicians sitting around the table, am I allowed to choose them again, to reuse them? No, I don't think this problem clearly, hopefully you understand clearly that no, once you've chosen a person, he's chosen. You can't choose him again. You want 3 different people. Okay, so the answer to that question is no, you can't choose them again. Okay, so we go on to question number 2 then. Is the order that I choose them in important? And if you think about it, you say, no, that's not important. All I'm interested in knowing is if the 3 that I choose are saxophone players, and I don't care what order they're in, just do they play the saxophone? So once again, order is important. So once again, what that means is this is a combination. This is a combination problem. So let's just go, let's do it both ways. The action that's taking place is I am choosing. And how many am I choosing? Well, I'm choosing 3. So there are 3 blanks. Okay? And here's how we do a combination. How many musicians do we have to choose from for the first one? Well, there are 7. And then we said since you can't reuse them, and we've already picked 1 now, then there are only 6 available. And now for the third one, there's only 5 available. But for a combination, we have to do one more thing. We have to divide this by the factorial of the number of trials. So we have to divide this by 3 factorial. We could come up with an answer, but it'd be easier. Well, we can do that. Why not? Okay, 7 times 6 times 5. Okay, let me just calculate. Let me see what that is. That's 42 times 5, which is 210. And 3 factorial, 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. So that's 610 divided by 210 divided by 6, which is 35. There are 35 different possible outcomes. So there's my fraction, 1 out of 35. My probability of just happening to pick the right 3 out of the 7 is going to happen 1 out of 35 times. Now, once again, let's go through using the NCR key on the calculator. We have NCR. So the first thing we would enter is how many we have to choose from in the first place, and that's 7. And we are choosing 3. So given 7, that's 7 NCR 3, which if you put in the calculator, and let's just do it right here. Let me show you on the calculator. We clear this. 7. Hit the PRB key, advance it over to NCR. Once I've chosen that, hit the 3. Say equals, and of course we get 35.